Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Folks, and you're very welcome to another episode of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV, pop culture, that kind of thing. Occasionally we give life advice, but don't take any of it. We're in no position to. Jim, how you doing? Mike, how are you doing? I think Mike actually got a bit more of the Joey there. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, I was rewatching The Winter Soldier actually. I suppose the announcement of that Cap Stealth Suit Strike Suit 2.0 motivated me to go, I gotta watch that again because I know that was like top tier stuff. And there's a bit where the whole at the start the relationship between Anthony Mackie's character, Falcon and Cap is they're running and it's like he keeps lapping him, so it's on your left, on your left, on your left. Well, at the end of that conversation, they're having a chat, and then Black Widow pulls up in the real slick car, and obviously Scarlett Johansson she wasn't born. I like to think she was crafted by the gods, but she looks out and kind of says, "Hey," but Anthony Mackie actually says, "How you doing?" And it's really like he knows, and everyone watching it knows, but he's like, "How you doing?" I thought that was quite funny, like, because I had to. He just say, "How you doing?" Did he just Joey her?
He Joey.
But yeah, true, man. How you doing, guys? You good?
Yeah, doing great.
Man, good. Doing quite well. Yeah.
You remind me, I got to go back and rewatch the classics.
Yeah.
It's funny, those are classics now, huh? We're that far removed.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's like it's 10 years old now. I don't think it's quite like vintage.
Well,
whatever,
not
but
vintage,
like
yeah.
It's an older
I
movie.
tried to go back and rewatch. Was it 28 Days Later because of the new trailer? It's not on any streaming platform. Like,
That's
all.
true, man. That's a big deal. This is like, if Ian was here,
Ian
talk
was
about
right.
physical media. Yeah, Ian was right, man.
I thought about him actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because and the funny thing is, it's really strange. Ian actually, the reason I have a 4K player is because of Ian, because Ian gifted me the Dark Knight trilogy 4K set, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I really appreciate this, but I don't got a 4K player. But this time last year, I think my sister and someone else got me a voucher. One of these vouchers, one for all vouchers you can use in a lot of different stores. So I got myself a Blu-ray player, started building a bit of a collection. And then I took my DVDs and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep the ones that are kind of hard to get or in particularly nice boxes. And then the other ones, which I intend to get 4K, I'll sell them on when I get 4K. But I had the 2-pack of 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, but it was still in the shrink wrap. I'd seen about movies, but I'd never actually opened them. And then I read that it's very hard to get them on platforms. So I watched 28 Days Later over Halloween. Still good.
That's cool. I wonder if they'll really republish it or make it more available, the original, now that this one's.
You'd imagine so. You'd imagine so. Like, and I don't know who owns it. Maybe I'd imagine it's like a small indie company. No.
Right. Yeah. Somebody larger probably bought the rights to it eventually, right?
Yeah.
But the first one, yeah.
Yeah. And it was the first time I ever saw Cillian Murphy, like, and then I just remember people going, this young fella from Cork is in it, and he was great in it. And then obviously had like Breakfast in Pluto and then the Dark Knight trilogy and working with Nolan on Inception, and now look at him, like he's yeah, it's really, really cool stuff. But we got 36 people watching already.
Nice.
Must be Tuesday night thing.
Thanks, everyone.
Tuesday night thing.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment by Shiny. He was being very smart. And he said, late. Because Shiny does that. But then I also saw a comment by Stanley. And he said, this is an unusual time for the Hope Show. And I'd argue it's the same time because we're late. I'm late every week.
You're 24 hours late this time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just they just be lucky we didn't make him wait 28 days later. It's just
Wait.
can't turn it off, guys. Can't turn it off.
4 weeks.
We're gonna address the chat really quickly and give the dad jokes a bench. So as usual, folks, the pinned comment to the chat is the link to channel memberships. If you want to support the channel in that way, happy days. There's no obligation, but it's much appreciated. So that's just pinned. We'll leave that there. We got Danny Boy all the way there from LA. Thanks very much for being here. We got Shiny. I already addressed this comment. Thanks for being here. We got Neaterific, channel member. Thank you very much. Greetings for Ontario. Good stuff. We got Stanley. Hope he'll show up more. Hope he'll show up more like. Yeah, that's it. No, we're here. Hello, Community Collectors. We got 12-inch Moose Stream, who's a channel member for 19 months, I believe. Community Collectors. I'm listening at work. Revan, and that's a DPX2? Deadpool? Is that Deadpool? DPX2?
Something.
Oh,
just another day.
Deadpools.
Just another day for Moose Stream, huh?
And a Bane. Like, they're like 3, you could argue 4 figures of the year there. We got Thrawn's Office, who is a channel member, panel member, and he also is in possession of the coveted blue wrench. We got Jim Collector, who's channel member and panel member. We also have Rogue One Photography, who's channel member, panel member, has the blue wrench. I believe he'll be joining us later on. Christian Crosshair Cooper, X-Men Supreme, channel member, thanks very much for being here. We got Mark Mitchell, channel member, thank you very much for being here. Tiny Art Guy, who designs these amazing throws with various different movie stills on them, or kind of movie characters on them. Check them out on Instagram. And also channel member, thank you very much for being here. We got Noble Young, who's always in the chat, quickest with the comments. We got Collector Joey, he's a big deal. People know him. Okay, always good to see this guy in the chat. I was actually listening to him on the Bugle 6 with Brick, and they were rating their Spider-Man stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of halfway through. I will finish on the replay tomorrow. We have got the Humble Collector UK, who is here all the time. We've got Keith Lee. We got Vita. That's Jim's better half. We got Caffeinated Comic Fan. We have got the Blazing Asian. That's just hilarious. How do we get those wrenches? They got them because they couldn't dodge them. You know, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge the ball, and Mike, he just hit him. He caught it. The movie canon. Thanks very much for being here. We got to get the movie. It's Geo, I believe. Eddie's a big fan of Geo's. Speaking of Edward, there we go. How you doing? There we go. Good stuff.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Phil. I like the way Festive Phil is there. Got the, you know,
tie and everything.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we I didn't even notice that. Let me go full screen on this. There we go. You're giving it socks and bow ties. Yeah, I remember one Christmas. You know, Instagram like monitors everything you click on or whatever, and then they throw you up things you might want to buy. And it was like the 28th of December, one year, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, and it threw up this jumper. But I kept the link. This is like a Star Wars Christmas jumper. So I kept the link, and I was like, well, I'm not going to buy it now, but I might buy it next year if I can find it. It was like, I don't know, €40 or something like that. But like every year I buy one and then forget one or throw it out or something like that. And you might be spending like €10-15 on like a basic Christmas jumper. I was like, I'll just buy one and have it for like life. So yeah, that's a shit story now that I actually get to the end of it. Eddie, how are you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I rushed home from work just because my contract was going to run out for this show, so I had to hit one more before the end of the year, or else I wouldn't be invited back.
Don't be putting that evil out there. People expecting to get paid, like, and it's like, we don't pay much around here. So.
Yeah, the pressure, Eddie.
Yeah, it's no, I really appreciate you coming in. I haven't seen you in a while, and it's always good to see you. And I appreciate the nod you gave me on Collecting Weekly the other day. I was having one of those days, Eddie. It's like you knew, man. It's like you knew. I really appreciate it. So yeah. So you can go back to talking trash, man. So yeah, this is why we love you, man. All right. So look, we'll get straight into it. Eddie, haven't seen you in a while, so we'll put up some options for you, and you can dictate what you want to speak about.
This is a good set of options too, because I actually
We have a lot to talk about.
I'm gonna go straight into new this week because I got one
Cool, go for it.
last night. Actually, I got this the So Toys. I don't know what the fake name is for it, but The Witcher. What is his fake name? Does anybody know his So Toys name?
Who can come up with the best
So
one?
the White Wolf.
Oh, maybe it is the White Wolf. But
That's a great name.
dude, I actually like this a lot. The likeness is obviously not licensed quality, but it's pretty damn good. I didn't think I thought I was gonna like the Witcher head sculpt more because, you know, with the eyes I thought it'll add to the likeness, but I was messing around with it and I was like, you know, it's not bad. I'd say 8 out of 10. Maybe an argument can be made for 7, but it's pretty good, dude. And the fit of the outfit and the proportions, like, I'm pretty happy with this. This was my choice for all the options of The Witcher. I held out for this one, and I think it's the best one so far, even including 3.0. So if you guys are on the fence, or I don't know where he's available at, but I think he's pretty decent for 1.6 Witcher. I don't know if we'll get a licensed one anymore, like from INART or Hot Toys, because he's not The Witcher anymore. So I'm pretty happy with it. Glad I got it.
It's like a Liam Hemsworth or something, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Ian H and Silver Fox in the chat saying, you can't get a wrench unless you go through me. I'm watching with Lucy, so no profanity. So lads, watch your fucking manners, right? I'm just saying.
No
Thanks very much for being here. I do appreciate the support. Who else we got? We got Stanley. I think Eddie has a man crush. Or no, I think the other way around. I think Stanley has a man crush on you. He asks for you every single week.
I need one.
And I think he's just like, the show is just not the same without you. I think it's marginally different, but you know, back to trash talking each other again. We got Larry Walker. We got Figurecraft. Good day, gentlemen. I actually sent Philly the link. Home with 2 sick kids. Man, I hope to get better. Perhaps next time you can join. Have a great stream. Yeah, just reach out, man. Whenever suits you. I know the time difference is poor there, but yeah, I hope your kids get better, man. Hope it's that kind of season. Hopefully they'll be well enough for Christmas, man. Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. Who else do we got? Ryan Smith said Geralt. Was that the name of the? That's the name of the Witcher, yeah.
That's the character's name, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Cool. So yeah, you got that. What about yourself, Jim?
Nothing new. I'm still waiting on my Revan to come in from Kit, so that's like slowly making its way over, and waiting on the Batman, the cape as well, the 1.6 Kit cape. I'm not sure if he made it or if it's just the one that's available on there, but
Is this for the 89?
No, this is for the 22.
Oh
Batman
right, I
over
think
the Drake.
it's it might be Jackson.
Oh,
He sells
okay,
it.
yeah, it might be.
Kit stocks a lot of their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot for the other Batmans. So I'm
Yeah.
just waiting on that, just because I need a Drake for that 22
Good
Batman
stuff.
coming up.
Speaking of Kit, we have Mike L. Knight here. So
Exactly.
You're probably
picked up on
going
that,
for
right?
yeah, you're probably going. You're probably going for Mr. Knight, but was Michael Knight
Yes.
Knight Rider as well?
I was doing the double entendre, as they say
Man,
in French.
double
you know?
entendre.
Yes.
Right, good stuff.
So yeah, I got some new stuff. I got I think since the last time we spoke, 000 BT1 Lion-O, which is cool. A really great figure from Mondo.
Is that Mondo? Mondo, yeah.
Yeah. I got a new Arcade 1-Up Golden Tee. Very excited about that for the collection room. But maybe the best thing I've gotten so far this week is my fresh Figures and Fandom cap, which I'm proudly wearing today.
Previously Evil Squeaker.
That's correct.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let that go. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
So he's been rebranded Figures and Fandom. That's pretty cool, man.
Cool new
He
logo.
started his merch store, I believe.
He has. Yeah. He's got some good stuff on there.
Good stuff. We got to get Steve back on here again at some point. So, yeah. What about yourself, Phil? Besides that amazing fetching bow tie.
Well, that is new in today. But other than that, no, nothing. quiet. I'm just waiting on things now. Waiting for releases. They're releasing the
Good
wrong
stuff, good
toys.
stuff. Good stuff. What are we? Is that everyone then? Eddie went. Yeah, I got kind of like minor changes here, but I'll flick through some. And we got some slides. So, all right. So in terms of new this week, it's not new. I've had the endgame cap for ages, but I've no intention of getting the stealth suit one. But it just kind of took the opportunity. I moved a figure out of. You can see it there. That shelf behind me, and that kind of level, that second from the top is all MCU, and I wanted to put an MCU figure back in there, and Cap was with the endgame figures on the floating shelves, and I was like, you know, I really like this pose, I'm gonna move it in, and just having it in a new position, and with the light falling on it, because there's no spotlights on the floating shelves, I was just like, I just have a newfound appreciation for this. I just think this figure is incredible. It's my favorite look for Cap. I think the likeness is there. I love the fact that it comes with the broken shield and the regular shield, and him wielding Mjolnir that could probably make top 10 moments from the MCU. So I really like it, like, you know, so yeah, I just it's not new, but it's kind of I suppose a new pose, whatever. This isn't new, but the kit is new. So I just wired it up with a Fusion Reactors kit for the Mark III 2.0. I'm using the Iron Patriot base because using bases, because of the glass nature of the cabinets, helps me to hide the wire behind. So I'm not fully done that. I need to mess around with the wires coming out of the back of his head and his back and his arms and just hide those wires better. But I am inevitably going to put him on the big Ironmonger base there, but I have to change the pose because you can't do this pose with the Ironmonger base because it's so high he hits the top of the shelf. So I'll do one leg on and one leg off, but I'm loving the fact that he's lit up now because it's a Mark III. Finally, Phil, I actually did the review. It was on upcoming reviews for about 2 months there, but picked up C-3PO and R2-D2. This is the original trilogy R2-D2 Deluxe. I'm glad I worked backwards on this. I paid a bit above retail. Nothing scandalous, but did pay above retail to get it, but it not, say, eBay prices, which probably got it up $200 cheaper than that, definitely $150. And of course, C-3PO as well. Underrated figure. We've wanted one for so long. There's a review up there as well, but the articulation isn't great, but let's face it, Anthony Daniels, the articulation in his bloody suit wasn't great. It's heavy, it's die-cast, the paintwork is phenomenal. It doesn't come with much, but look, he's not Spider-Man, he's not Darth Vader, he's not going to be doing backflips. It just looks amazing next to them.
And I think you did the right thing waiting out for sort of R2 to turn up, because it's awkward to display C-3PO with anything, whereas R2 you can put him with Luke.
Oh man, I was just about to say it. Yeah, you could put him with Besman Luke. You could put him with Mando Luke. You could put him with there's so many like different characters you could put him with, like, and he looks any Luke he looks like right with, you know, or even like a Leia. But so yeah, look, I still think Kenobi Vader is potentially one of the figures of the year. I had it, but just kind of the time of the year and space and stuff like that. I was like, the right move is for me. Unfortunately, the only time I've ever sold a figure, I'm like, I'm not sure if that was the right call, but I had the Return of the Jedi coming in, and I just, again, there's a review up on the channel. It looks phenomenal, and that's a Neo LED saber with him. It looks orange here. I can assure you behind me, it doesn't look orange. It looks red. It's whatever way the camera picks it up. Love the fact that it comes with the blinking box, and the head sculpt is astounding. In the review, I didn't even put the Vader helmet on, and I was like, oh man, they're going to lose their shit. There's going to be someone who be like, what kind of a shit review is this? Darth Vader didn't even put on his helmet, but I'm displaying the helmet next to him, and I do outline the helmet.
We all know what the helmet looks like.
Yeah, exactly. And then finally, there's so many good points about that Vader. There's the head sculpt itself. There's the fact that the chest box and belt boxes light up, and that the chest box actually blinks. It's like a sequence, really cool. The two bases that comes with the stairs diorama and this light up one are incredible, but again, it's just, he's such a tall figure. I could pose a normal figure on top of the light up base as I'm doing here, but not Vader. He'll just hit the roof. Like, you can probably squeeze him in, it would just look rough. So I've got actually the stairs above me on a floating shelf at the endgame display with Hawkeye and Black Widow on it working quite well, and then because it just looks like a generic stairs, and then I've got him just I wanted to pose a kind of an evil character on it because it's red. that's about it. But yeah, so kind of bits and pieces. But yeah, just and that's what she's looking like at the moment. And yeah, I'm a bit of a smug cunt right now. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, Ian and Lucy watching at home. Sorry, I'm just really, really happy for what I have. Like, you know, it's just a moment of gratitude. You're like, you were spoiled. You were actually spoiled. No, I'm just really appreciating what I have. So
looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm loving that, man. So yeah,
That's beautiful.
Shane, did you consider putting the 3PO? See, like I have 000 in my DTOF, but like a normal figure falling over, it's one thing. That thing is so heavy that I didn't feel comfortable. So he's on the stand, but then BT1 being an astromech doesn't come with a stand, which is so irritating. I know Justin's banged on about that for a while, but like, why don't we get a stand?
Because there are different heights then.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
The articulation, I don't do articulation in my videos because I don't watch articulation in other people's videos. I don't find it interesting. The only time I'll ever do it is if there's this particular figure I have and I'm like, I really want this specific pose. So I'll watch Justin or Jeddah or someone, their articulation to see if you can get it into that pose, and then I'll use that to inform my decision. I did notice that R2 doesn't come with a base, and I kind of get it, but I 100% agree with you. The articulation, this guy's hips are not great, so you really have to kind of like counterbalance, I think, almost the torso either backwards or forwards, depending on the way he's leaning. And I did think, man, maybe I should use the base, but then he's quite high and R2-D2 is quite low. And
yeah. For you mix and match, it's okay, but some people display all of their figures with bases, you know, so... Yeah.
But it's, they look great together, and I'm very happy with it, but... Okay, well, we go back here and we get a... Mike, you may as well choose there. We've done new. What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's talk about Moon Knight. It's pretty exciting.
Cool. Which one?
Let's talk about
the appetizer Moon Knight, or you want to do main course Moon Knight? Yeah.
Let's do main course and save dessert for later. Yeah.
Okay, so main course. I presume you want appetite or appetite artisan.
Yes, please.
Artesian.
Artesian.
Okay.
Nice pizza.
Okay. There we go. So that's man.
He looks weird.
Yeah. Ireland, man. The internet's so weird. Yeah. Go for it.
Well, shoot. I'm probably the least prepared because I didn't really.
Yeah, we all have notes. Phil wrote a thesis on this. Eddie has like a slideshow ready. You know.
So this is one of those things where I didn't get a chance to look at it during the day, but I kind of rolled over in bed and checked it out at 4 a.m. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person. I know I'm not the only person that does that. But when I wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes I'll check to see if Hot Toys has updated us with anything new.
Everyone does that.
Everyone does that.
You get 100%. Up to take a pee. You can't help yourself. You check the phone.
First
and you're like, oh my god.
Wake up.
Yeah.
It's a weird dopamine hit that we all do. Yeah.
It is. And when I saw this, my first thought was like, Hot Toys is still king, man. I mean, God bless INART. Fantastic. They make good stuff and all of that. But it's a different conversation now than it was a year ago. I think anyway. So, yeah, I just think this is wonderful. And we've seen something close to this with the, not Toby, your boy, your Spidey. Tom Holland's Artisan, right? So we've seen that they can do, at least in promos or prototypes, they can look really great. This might even be next level because this isn't meant, this is like styled messy, not just I took my mask off messy. And it looks fantastic. So I think judging by the Joker, they've only gotten better from their prototype. So hopefully the trend continues, but I think this is just knocks it out of the park, man. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, man, I actually agree with you, and I also agree with Stanley. It is a masterpiece. The show wasn't for me, and by the looks of things, it wasn't for Stanley.
Stanley, I'm with you on that one. This is one of those pieces where I'm like, oh my god, I would love to have this in my collection, but I've never been a huge comic Moon Knight fan. I know that he's considered a great character in the comics, just never read him much. Yeah. So I don't really
I've actually read some of the comics.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cool character.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the show that much. Sorry, Shane. Go ahead.
No, I'm the same, man. But it's just funny you said. It's funny how you go like, yeah, your guy, Tom, and like I'm 41. and like, Tobey Maguire should be my guy. I'm at that age where like I grew up and I've always loved movies, but when it comes to like comic book movies, I think for every one good one, there's 10 shit ones. And maybe that's the movie fan first as opposed to like a comic book fan first in me. And I did not like the Tobey Maguire back then. I don't particularly like him back now, but I do appreciate him. I definitely, I appreciate, say like, I know I can still watch him and be entertained, but it didn't hit home with me. And I know that's nearly sacrilegious because Toby is a lot of people's guy, but a few years back when like No Way Home was at its high when it came out, I was talking to my girlfriend's younger sister who was like, I don't know, 13 or 14 at the time, and she had like some other of her girlfriends around who were like, 13 and 14, and they were all buzzing on No Way Home, and that conversation was up, who's the best Spider-Man? And it's funny because you have these young kids then talking about Toby or how much they like Andrew, but they should all be saying Tom, but like of course a lot of them were saying Tom as well. And they're like, oh my god, did you see the new Spider-Man movie? He goes, of course, I'm a massive nerd, of course I saw it. Like, and I was like, oh, who's your favorite Spider-Man? And like mine is based on the strength of the movies and stuff like that, and the fact that he's a kid and yada yada. But I'm like, Tom Holland. one of the girls said, oh, such a white girl answer. And I was like, what? I just got roasted by some like 13-year-old, and I was like, what? You can't win, but yeah.
You're like the old guy that prefers the prequels, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you come from? Yeah.
Anyway, Eddie, what do you think? Not of the story of Moon Knight.
Oh, wow. Oh, not of the story of Moon Knight? Okay.
You can go. Say what you want. Say how you feel.
The figure is amazing, dude. The likeness is insane. And exactly what Mike said about the hair, like, they're getting really good at the hair, at least in the promotional pictures. I feel like sometimes when they show them off, they don't look as good, but the pictures look amazing. And I've always been tempted to get that old Moon Knight figure because I think it's a sick figure, and I think it has a lot of presence. Like I've seen it in person, and I've even got to mess with it and pose it and stuff, and I always loved it. I just don't like the show, like you guys are saying, so I never picked it up. But this makes it a little more tempting, man. Like the fact that it's more weathered, like, and then you get the likeness, and it's an artisan likeness at that. And I'm a big fan of Oscar Isaac too, so like, that's another sale for me, like just having a figure of him in the collection, and the fact that it's such a good one. Like, yeah, it's a knock out of the park for me. I think it's phenomenal. I think also like there was some comments like, oh, it sucks for people that bought the first one, but I still think if you get the Mr. Knight, you could still get his head sculpt and you'll be good, and you don't have to get a new figure. Although this one, the figure does
will it
look
fit in as well though?
Yeah, with the weathering and everything, it looks good. Oh yeah, that's true.
But will it connect? Depending on the connector, and we just don't know. They don't like advertise it as in, okay, this has a magnetic connector, or this has the new red and blue suit square peg connector, or they're not going to tell us. Like, I know you can mod it, but
I think the Moon Knight show was fine. I don't hate it the way I hate most shows. I think the only thing that bugged me the most about the show is he kept trying to be that nerdy guy that worked in the museum, and I was like, dude, just let the other guy take control and kick some ass. Like, stop trying to force. He kept trying to like, no, I'm not gonna let him out, and I'm like, that's what the show is about, man. Let him out.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating. I was like, dude,
but maybe he didn't test well with the focus groups, Eddie.
Oh, that's, the hell
focus groups win, man. I think those focus groups must be skewed.
I think the focus groups are all X-Man Supreme. I think that's what they exist. Just him.
That's a perfect segue. So, like, I can see the show not being for someone, but I'll never understand how anyone can say it's not a good show. I enjoyed the first episode. It intrigued me. It kind of gave me a little bit of Fight Club vibes, if you know, you know. But then after that, it was like, these whole like kaiju things and the whole CGI fight, and even the female Egyptian superhero didn't land for me. And And I was like, what are they even fighting about? I don't I don't get it. And no, I just really did not think it was a good show. I thought it was a good performance. The show as a whole, I didn't enjoy. So we're on different waves there. But I appreciate you voicing a different opinion respectfully. It's so much easier to do it shittily, like people do from time to time. But yeah, we're just you know what I'm saying, though. You know,
myself, you know, I sometimes just say like I thought it sucked, and that's not productive. So yeah, I know.
I don't know, but that's still not you. But you're. I don't think it's. I think it's fine if you say, like, I'll go out and I'll tell you straight out. I thought The Acolyte was shit.
Right.
That movie Black Adam was shit.
Mm.
You know, there's some movies you watch and like that's 2 hours of my life I'm not getting back, and the older I get, those 2 hours are more valuable. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
But I think when you attack the person, that's when it gets wrong. Like,
well, you know what hurt me last week or week? Yeah, something like last week, whatever. I was watching.
What did I say?
No, believe it or not, Shane, it wasn't even you.
Okay.
It was me. I was like, they were talking about the alien figure, and I said, shit film, great figure. And Danny Spotchka just goes, that's my favorite movie. And I just like the way
of all time.
Yeah, I don't know of all time. Maybe he just meant of the series, right? But just the way he said it was like, damn, maybe I do need to kind of watch what I say, because I'm here to have fun myself, but I'm also here to like facilitate other people having fun and stuff. And like, I guess nobody really wants to hear something they like might be shit, you know, but at the same time, he's a big boy. But it just struck me like, maybe I should phrase things differently. I don't know.
It's funny. I think if you find something that someone doesn't like, no matter how positive they are, you can bring that fucking darkness right out. So the Acolyte has united everyone. Yeah. So, Eddie, question for you: have you watched the Skeleton Crew yet?
You should have made it a segment. You should have, because
oh man, I haven't watched it yet.
Look. The thing that sold me on it was Marco and Zach were like pushing hard for me to watch this show. Like, he's never gonna watch it now, and they said it's like the Goonies, and I was like, I love the Goonies, so I was like, all right, I'll watch it.
They mentioned Stranger Things as well.
Yeah,
and ET I think was. Well, I don't know what they say. That's a lot of high praise. Like,
it does have those vibes, neighborhood kids going on an adventure. The things that take me out of it, and I watched the show with Adriana, my girlfriend, because she'll bring me back to earth if I'm like, this sucks immediately. You know, she'll, whatever her take, I can either be justified in my opinion, or she'll set me straight. So we're watching it, and I was like, the little elephant guy is hilarious. He's probably the best kid actor, but he's the only CGI like character, so he's not, or like whatever it is, prosthetics or whatever. But the other ones, I was like,
I heard it's Colin Farrell underneath all that makeup.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew that joke would land. I knew that joke would land.
I was having a hard time with the kid actors. I didn't think they were very good, and it doesn't feel very Star Wars to me. It feels like the Goonies, or like a Super 8 or something, or Stranger Things. Like, it's
you know
good
what's
on its
funny?
own, but
yeah. You said you made a great point before you'd watched it, and I messaged you about it. You were like,
"Oh, right."
This feels like why does it have to be Star Wars? It feels like when you're I know you're sick, or your pet is sick, or whatever. You give it the medicine, but you wrap it in food or something like that. It's like your mom giving you medicine. Like, so it's like, you know, they're using Star Wars to kind of like shoehorn it in. You know, when they could just be a show that's non-Star Wars. So
that's how I feel about a lot of the new stuff. Like, I think it stems from that whole idea or mindset of this is a giant galaxy and we focus on certain characters or families and stuff. And I get that. I get wanting to expand, and I think they do it well with characters like the Mandalorian. I think they did it well, and they didn't lose Star Wars. I feel like in this other stuff, you expand on the galaxy and you're losing what drew me in to Star Wars as a franchise. And
like the Acolyte was trying to rewrite it. Power of many. Are you taking the piss? Like, come on, like that's nonsense. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like,
I saw the first 2 episodes. I haven't seen the third one yet, but after the second episode, I turned to my wife and I said, like, does this feel like a missed opportunity for Disney to have created a new IP?
Yeah,
because So the Acolyte, no, right? It was a crappy idea, terrible execution. So they needed that Star Wars skin to at least make something out of it. This, I felt like the first 2 episodes were so strong that maybe they missed an opportunity, like I said, to have created something new. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny, Eddie, because you were saying like Marco was kind of pushing you to watch it and talking about how good the child actors are, but I've heard Marco. This sounds like I'm calling out Marco, and I'm not. But like, you know, when you're mates, you wind up your mates. I've heard him say before that, let me get this right, that he doesn't like the child actor trope, and he was talking about Terminator 2, and I'm like, Edward Furlong was amazing in that, and he's like pivotal to the entire point of not just the second movie, but the first movie. And I'm nearly sure he did it about Newt in Aliens, who's like,
oh my god,
that is pivotal. It's pivotal because she was in cryo, didn't get to see her daughter grow up, so that's why she really cares about this kid as well. Not just that she's a lonely, cute kid who's lost everything, but it's like, I lost my daughter. They have that common ground, but like, again, maybe I'm misremembering, but Marco, if you're out there, I really hope you watch this and message me going, fuck you, man.
It's funny that you brought it up, because I told this to Adriana when we were watching it, and we were talking about not caring for the kid actors. And Edward Furlong, he's one of them. It's funny. I turned to her and I said, it's like when they made the acting as a profession and everything safe for kids, it ruined kid actors. Because back in the day when they had a little bit of, kid actors would go on to like, they were treated not the best, and a lot of them become hooked on drugs, and they have a lot of, like, Corey Feldman, same thing. So like
Macaulay
like
Culkin.
when they made it
I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt's
actors,
the only one who's been steadily successful.
Yeah, when they made it safer for kid actors, it seems like kid acting got worse. So maybe they need a little bit of
Christian Bale. Christian Bale was a kid.
Christian Bale made it true. Yeah.
I watched a video on YouTube about that, about how child acting has changed, and like in the 2000s, it started getting very different from the adults. But if you go back and watch older films, kids could really move you.
Yeah.
But not so much anymore. But I'll tell you one thing about this show. I skipped in the beginning. I'm not going to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it, but there's like a little bit of shooting and violence and stuff like that. I skipped past that, and I started when the kids start in the show, when they first show them. And the first thing you see of the kids is he's playing with 2 little action figures. And I said, I'm going to try that, start there with my son. And he was locked in right from there. So I kind of see myself, this might be one that I can really enjoy with my son, and that has me pretty excited.
Do you think maybe they're doing a season 1 to 3 of Clone Wars again? Let's put something out there a bit childish for the new generation. And
it gets older. It matures as they mature. Maybe
it's like what they did. It's like how they managed to get all the girls and wives and girlfriends who had no interest in Star Wars into Star Wars by using Baby Yoda as a Trojan horse. And suddenly it's like, oh, he's so cute. Let's watch this show. And it's like, oh, wait a second. This is Star Wars. Oh, let's watch the original trilogy. And everyone's like, yes. Thank you, Filoni. Yeah. Sorry, Phil, after that tangent there, what do you think?
Absolutely love this figure. Incredible. Love the costume design. Like Eddie, the show was ruined because there wasn't enough Moon Knight, in my opinion. Because look at the costume, it looks fantastic. I mean, I don't know whether it cost them too much money to constantly, because it was CGI'd obviously, but yeah, fantastic. I'm not getting it yet. It is a pricey figure. I think I batted some of the prices around earlier, around £400 ish, 300, 390, 400. But I'd love to get this. I didn't pick up the first. I wish I had, but this is really tempting. That head sculpt is unreal. I think INART could be quaking in their boots over this one, because I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's I made a video earlier on. I think I've no interest in this because I didn't like the show, but my God, that head sculpt with that artisan hair, I gave it a 10. I mean, I going into the video, I was like, okay, I've seen a few photos on Instagram. It looks incredibly strong. It's probably like a 9 out of 10 at least, but the more I looked at, I had pictures of Oscar Isaac, and then looked back, and my God, I think it's close to 10. If it comes out like this, it could be one of their best. It could be like one of their references, like, you know, up there with, I know, the Boba Fett, the robed Boba Fett. I think that head sculpt's incredible, but that doesn't even have hair. The Tom Holland red and blue is incredible, but again, it's not the rooted hair, you know. So that's really all I have to say about it. I think it looks incredible. 2,500 folks. The rat race is on.
Ooh, yeah.
Like it sucks. Like it doesn't. Like I don't really have any sympathy for anyone who's like, oh my God, look, Hot Toys, they've just given us a better one, because that's what they do. And like, it's frustrating. I get it's frustrating, but if you haven't figured out at this stage that they're just going to continue to make figures because their primary objective is to make money, and yes, they're improving their paint apps and their sculpted hair and their rooted hair and the proportions and their articulations, and they're giving like USB powered figures and USB powered features and better base and diorama. They are evolving, getting better and better, and with that, you know, they want to get money back for their R&D and their investment. So they're always going to do this. Always.
Why do you think they've waited so long for this? Do you think they're sat on a load of Moon Knight bodies or something now? They're thinking, right, what can we do to shift this lot? Because has the suit changed? Has anyone picked up anything that's different?
The weathering is different?
Yeah, I can zoom in. It actually looks, well, okay, this is personal preference. It looks better. I just prefer weathered looks because it adds a bit more character and realism, but that's completely subjective. Some people would prefer to... I want to get a good photo. You can see it's dirty here. Not quite battle damaged, just dirty. There's probably a decent idea. You can see the...
Yeah, but do you think
cool.
that it's possible to achieve that after production? Potentially?
What, as in like take the figure and just
Paint.
weather it up?
Yeah. Would that...
I'd imagine so. But I mean, there was the argument that the blue and grey Baleman was because they had a load of DX19s sitting around, they painted them. But I
don't think so.
I don't think so, because it's
Some of that's molded, I think.
Yeah, surely they make them and they ship them out, and they're not like, what happens to heads, like?
Yeah.
Just, you know, I don't think they had a surplus.
Though, isn't it?
Pardon?
It comes with both though, doesn't it? So you get that.
No, but I mean,
anyway.
like, if they made, like, if this is the exact same, it probably is the exact same.
But I mean,
I don't think they have a...
as well. So they're limited
Pardon?
to 2.5.
Right.
They're limited to 2,500.
2.5.
Aren't they? So
Yeah.
perhaps they had 2,500 bodies they need to get shot now.
Hey, don't you guys think this is a real opportunity for like a topo to just make a white suit and a $10 body, and you could throw the artisan head on that, and you get to use your light up eye head with this figure? Because both of them are stellar, but you're not going to keep the rooted in the box. So give you a real opportunity to just put that on a Mr. Knight figure. You know what I mean? Without having to buy the Hot Toys one, I'm saying.
Yeah. Jim, do you want to weigh in on this, or have you already gone?
No, I don't really have much to add to this. Like, I enjoyed the show. Like, it's not saying I'd want to collect, but I think what other people said about this is like kind of an INART scarer is bang on. This looks incredible. I mean, look at that likeness. Like, you always think INART's going to be the top for likeness and quality of head sculpts, and I'm not quite sure if that's true. And also, this, like, the original figure of this was such a well-received piece as well. So it's not like this is even it's a good upgrade, but it's not like the original was a bit dated or anything like that. So I think, this is quite a statement piece from Hot Toys, and I do think that is kind of partly a reason why they may have done this piece, a bit of a statement to say that they are maybe still on top. I don't know, it's an interesting one, to be honest. Yeah,
like I imagine there, if you're a diehard Moon Knight fan and you bought the first figure and you love it, and then you're like, oh my God, I get that. I get the statement. If I had the option to get this one or get that one, I get this one. Because this has all the pros of the last one. Bit of a weathered suit, fine. You could probably make your peace with that. And then you have the head sculpt. I totally get that. I get that. But given the company that we're dealing with, it's not limited. They're not numbered. Like, okay, no, this is limited, but it's not like
limited.
They make things and then they go away, and that's it. Like, as in they never do. They constantly 2.0 and 3.0. Like, the opening to my video today was Hot Toys Artisan. Could this be the new 2.0? Because they've done their 1.0s. figures are getting 2.0s, some figures are getting 3.0s, and then you get like, oh, we actually underscaled those Iron Man, so now we're going to make them a bit higher. That's us for the next 10 years.
I think it's a good thing, though. Like, from my point, I'm like all for it. I mean, I got into collecting probably a bit later than some, but I'm all for like these improved 2.0s, 3.0s, and stuff like that. I think Hot Toys do it for two reasons: A, money, and B, to kind of show how much they've improved and how much they still can do, which is interesting. So I'm looking to see more of what they can. I mean, all the figures that they could release that I would be most excited about would be figures they previously released, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'd probably there, which is well, Ripley, Sarah Connor.
Yes, you heard that in my voice, didn't you? Ripley, come on.
I did. Yeah.
Sarah Connor as
I
well.
the same. Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, like, that'd be one of those situations that'd be just like.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I've been waiting so long for the right opportunity for that. That'd be just like, yeah, put a fork in me. I'm done. I think I might actually cry. I'm going to use that clip once a week with no context. I don't even care if it's relevant. I'll put it in randomly. When I disagree
What is he
with
so
something.
sad about? I mean,
I have no idea. I don't know the context. I don't know the context at all.
I don't think you want to know.
I know. Now I'm kind of going to like, should I rewatch? That's probably like a reality TV show or something.
I
hope it's
want
not something
guilt-free
terrible.
laughter. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I kind of don't. I don't want to know. I don't want to
It makes you
know.
think of Jeremy Kyle. That.
I think that's what it is. Something like that. I don't want to know.
Yeah, he
Ignorance
can't find
is
his
bliss.
keys. Yeah.
Yeah. It's maybe they just reissued this and he was, he would have bought the original one. But, does anyone have anything to add on this?
No, sir.
Okay. Jim, you're up.
Snap.
Oh.
Snap. Let's go snap.
Snap the
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Snap.
Okay.
I would
Right.
never snap the show.
I thought that's what you were doing. I got nervous for a second.
All right, folks. Just in case you don't know that the show works, I'm going to show you two images, and it could be two figures, it could be two songs, it could be two panel members, two channel members, and you've got to choose which one gets Thanos snapped out of existence. And it's not one of those happy endings where the Avengers go back in time and no. This is done. So, now I know Eddie's probably going to say snap both of them, but in terms of the night that we had, like no pun intended, like I this is what made me think about this. So yeah, you can just get the conversation started. I'll be right back.
Oh my god, this makes me want to snap Disney Plus.
I thought. Does nobody like Loki? I thought it was good.
A lot of people do. I don't. I think so.
I feel like on the panel nobody liked it. I could see Eddie just like that.
Here I go. 5 minutes after I said I need to,
Phil?
express myself better, I go, it sucks.
I like the show, but in terms of putting my collector's head on, if I was going to get a figure, I wouldn't get the Loki figure, though I'd get the Moon Knight.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, Moon Knight's
I get
definitely a
that.
more attractive figure. Like,
If we're talking about what are we going to snap from a TV series as opposed to collecting, then I would probably say I'd snap Moon Knight because Loki gave us Deadpool 3 at the end of the day.
yeah, he affects the larger universe
that's
more.
true.
So yeah,
That's
with
a very good point.
Whatever you call it, TVA, right? Yeah.
TVA.
Yeah,
But it also gave us, what was it? The Quantum, whatever that was.
Quantum Mania.
Yeah.
Hey, take the good with the bad. Moon Knight gave us really nothing. I don't think we're getting a season 2, right? I mean, it seems to be that Disney trope where they don't cancel anything; they just stop talking about it. You know, that's what they do with like every Star Wars project. They don't cancel it; they just don't
canceled
mention it
Acolyte,
anymore.
didn't they? Because
did they officially? Maybe they did. Maybe they officially did, but that's rare. You like the Ryan Johnson trilogy, still happening. Like they don't often. They just take it off the schedule. You know. But anyway, yeah, for me this is easy. I guess I'd get rid of Moon Knight as well, Phil. Yeah. And Eddie. No, just Moon Knight. Just Moon Knight, Eddie.
I'd snap Loki. So.
Oh, all right.
Because even though I don't like either shows, and I would say there's probably more of an argument that Loki's better. Loki pisses me off. So
Why?
the show in general, because Sylvie's character doesn't need to exist, and the fact that it does just adds all this mess, and it like I feel like the whole show they're going through this whole thing of like
Isn't that Loki
trying to,
though? You know,
That's
Loki
what you-
just creates mess.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Though.
maybe
felt
maybe it
unnecessary.
is like Loki. Yeah,
Generally,
but if
like Loki in Avengers, absolutely destroying people left, right, and center. And then
Yeah.
I think a few bellboys on a train nearly kicked the shit out of him
Yeah,
in
they
the first
nerfed him.
season of Loki. I think Eddie is playing a sneaky one. I think Eddie, because of the multiverse kind of theme of Loki, he knows if he snaps Loki, he snaps the Moon Knight season 2. He's trying to get 2 for the price of 1.
Twofer.
That's what he's doing. Yeah.
That's
I'd
the
actually
point.
snap Moon Knight, to be honest, because even though I didn't like any of these shows, it's a bad sign if I'm not going back to rewatch something for the second or third time. Like, rewatchability is important to me. That's showing you know you're onto something good. And I haven't rewatched any of the Disney Plus MC Marvel TV shows. And I would still snap Moon Knight, because even though I didn't like season 1 or 2 of Loki and I watched them all, there were still aspects which you thought, okay, they were kind of onto something there, but it went in the wrong direction. Like, for example, like there's an edited version out there that's probably better. Like, you could get rid of like Jonathan Majors. Like, I heard so many people saying, oh my god, his acting was incredible. But I'm sorry, if you put on an accent and speak slowly, it doesn't mean you're a good actor. It means you're speaking slowly. It's just, I just thought, wow, so you put some glasses on him and dressed him in some old clothing, and then he spoke an English accent slowly, and it's like, wow, you think he's like, yeah, well done, it's Anthony Hopkins. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't good. Like, it's, yeah, I would still snap Moon Knight, though. I thought there was still a bit more in Loki that I took away from him, but I don't know. Have we all gone?
Yep.
Yeah,
So Jim snapped what?
Moon Knight, I think.
Moon Knight.
Yeah,
And
Moon Knight.
what
Moon
did you
Knight.
snap, Mike? Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yep.
Eddie snapped Loki. Phil?
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
Okay, so this is just like a warm up, because like I don't think anyone really cares deeply about either of these things, but this is the second warm up. This is like an amuse bouche or something like. But yeah, what do you think, guys?
I'll go first, and then I got to run, fellas. I would snap Falcon and Winter Soldier, just because I felt like it was a disservice to both characters. I didn't really enjoy what the choices that they made with these two, and I actually really liked WandaVision. You know, the first episode, you're like, what am I watching? And then it's
By the third episode, I was still like that, but I thought it was.
Yeah, but it had somewhere to go. Now you could argue it kind of ruined her character by the end as well. That's a whole other discussion. But I enjoyed the ride more than I did with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So snap Winter Soldier. Okay. And on that note, see you guys. I'm gonna snap
See you,
myself.
Mike. Thanks for
Bye.
joining us.
Cheers,
Appreciate
Mike.
it.
Thank
See
you.
Jim.
I would snap also the Falcon and Winter Soldier. To be fair, I thought WandaVision was actually quite fun, like to start off with. It tailors off a bit once you kind of figure out what's going on, but like the premise and the beginning was like it's probably more fun that I've had watching a Disney Marvel show than most of the others. Falcon and Winter Soldier had good moments. Like I didn't hate it, but it's not. I've rewatched WandaVision. I haven't rewatched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I think that kind of shows which one I would prefer. So, yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Shout out to the 47 people watching live. It's much appreciated, especially on a Tuesday night, which isn't our normal schedule. But yeah, if you're watching right now, and if you wouldn't mind taking a second to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, it's cool. And Eddie.
Yeah, I'm gonna snap WandaVision. I know a lot of people don't think this, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is my favorite of the Disney Plus shows. And WandaVision was cool, but in the aspect of like the nostalgia of it and the cheesiness of it. Like I love those old shows. I used to watch those old shows with my grandma when I was little, so like that aspect was cool, but I didn't feel it's kind of like the opposite of what Mike said. Like to me, they didn't do anything for those characters in WandaVision. Like if anything, they ruined Wanda for me, and they just brought Vision back to bring him back. I don't feel like it did anything for the character, and then it gave us Agatha, which is trash. So I don't like anything about WandaVision other than the fact that me and Adriana enjoyed watching it together for that nostalgia of the old shows. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, I really liked what they did with Falcon. I thought it did gear him up to become the new Cap, and I like how it went through the PTSD of Bucky and like what he's going through, and then we get more Baron Zemo, and I really enjoy Falcon and Winter Soldier. So
I agree with some of what you're saying in the fact that I felt frustrated for Anthony Mackie's character. Sorry, what it's I know it's Falcon, but like and he's Captain America now. But what's his name again? His actual name?
Sam Wilson.
Sam Wilson. Because like Cap gave him the shield. His friend gave him the shield, and that was a major moment in Endgame at the end when it's like, this is for you, and because he'd spent enough time with him, and he knew like the kind of caliber of the person that he was, he knew that it was in good hands. He trusted him with that, and to pass on the shield literally. And I thought it was a really important moment that sometimes can kind of get glossed over. But then it was like the government stepped in and was like, no, you're no, we say who's Captain America. And then they had that bureaucracy side of things I actually quite enjoyed, because I was like, I'm so frustrated for him. And then the guy was such a head case, and Gilbert Hartman, this was actually my favorite part of the entire show. And that is dark, and I appreciate that. But I know you haven't watched Andor, Eddie, but okay, you're probably not going to watch it, and it's not really a spoiler of the whole show because we know how it ends. But like the first episode, Andor's in a tight spot. I'm like, how is he going to get out of this? What Disney Plus nonsense are they going to, But he managed to get the guy's gun. He shoots the two of them in the face, and I'm like, oh, I'm so on board. It was just it set the tone so well for the show that this is not a normal Star Wars show, and it's done. I was on board, but this was actually my favorite episode because it was like he'd taken the serum at this point, right?
Yeah.
And it just kind of showed the difference between him and Cap and the way he's supposed to, what he's supposed to represent and how he's supposed to conduct himself. Because remember, Cap was in the exact same situation with Tony, and he held the thing up, and he nearly did it, but he's like, this is not me. This is not okay. If I do this, there's no turning back. Whereas this guy went through, so I'm going to snap WandaVision on that. Even though I'm not a big Cap Falcon Winter Soldier fan, but there were more aspects about that than I actually enjoyed. Phil?
I wasn't quite sure which one to go with because Mike sold it. Like you said, I thought he did a disservice to the characters in Falcon Winter Soldier. But I think I enjoyed that more than WandaVision. So snap WandaVision.
Yeah, fair. So I feel a lot of people hating on Disney Plus shows because it's a popular take. I think it's popular take because a lot of the shows are very bad, and then a lot of the people recognize they're very bad, and then they're like, okay, it's not that it's like I'm not hating it because I want to fit in with everyone. It's like I just like it because I don't think it's good.
The only show that I've gone back and watched more than once is the Mandalorian season.
100%. But do you watch season 3?
No.
Drops Mike.
Yeah, exactly. For me, if the only thing you could describe why you like it is because it's fun, it's like, okay, so what? I hate when it's described as like, well, it's fun. It's like, yeah, so is going to an amusement park. You don't need to sit at home and watch a shitty show. So
I get it. And there should be a bit of consistency. Like the example I give would be on, I know it's science fiction and it's fun because it leans towards more the fiction. But can you just tell me what lightsabers can cut and what they cannot cut?
That's
because it seems to vary.
Poor Qui-Gon.
And that does that leads into lazy writing, like so. Yeah. Now this is the real one. Eddie won't give a shit. But this is a tough one for a lot of people out there. Eddie, it's easy. It's easy for Eddie. So,
why is it tough? Even if it's a good show.
Have you watched it?
Give us? What does Andor give us? I've watched 3 episodes.
Have you watched? Have you watched it? That's a binary Andor? Yes or no.
But let me ask you this, and then if you can justify this, what do you get from Andor that you don't get from Rogue One? that beats everything you get from Mandalorian season 1.
Okay. You get Cassian Andor's motivation. He doesn't care about any of this.
Bully.
He gets dragged into this. And at the start, you don't care and you know why he doesn't care. But over time, through fantastic writing, fantastic performances, not just by Diego
Petunia
Luna.
Dursley.
Pardon?
Petunia Dursley, best performance.
Sorry, I
Is
wasn't
the
even
actress?
talking.
Do you know the actress who plays Petunia Dursley from Harry Potter?
I
That's
do,
her.
yeah.
Come on.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Amazing.
fantastic. I was actually going to... I wasn't even going to mention her, but yeah,
She's
her
great.
monologue at the end was incredible.
Oh,
You're right, 100%.
beautiful.
She actually said, I believe she used the phrase, fuck the Empire.
I think she did.
I'm pretty sure she actually
Yeah.
says that in the second...
that right
Eddie,
there.
I know, like, at this stage now, if you watch this show, you're just giving in to Marco. But, like, the writing is so goddamn good. And, like, we know how this ends. But it sucks you in and it shows you how Andor did not care about any of this stuff and just gets thrown into this situation, which is like, this is not my fight. And through the way it's set up with him, Stellan Skarsgård's character, the character that Jim just mentioned, the... what's the guy's name plays Gollum?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. It's so well done, Eddie. And it's not your typical Star Wars, but it's so much better than say I know like Acolyte isn't your typical Star Wars, but it's also not good. Where this is like, it's this shouldn't be a hard question. You're right, but because Andor's so good, I'm struggling a little with it. So, Jim, what are you going to snap?
To be fair, this is horrifically tough. It's not even fair. I mean, like, tonally they're quite different. Same IP, but tonally they're fairly different. The Mandalorian breathed a lot of new life into Star Wars. I suppose Rogue One did, and Andor is a continuation of a previous-ation, because it's a prequel. I don't know what the right word for that is.
A pre-prequel.
A pre-frequel? That's hard to say. I don't like that. No, I don't know. That's tough.
You're
That's
waiting,
tough.
Jim.
I know. This is a difficult one. This is like what was the last one we did? That was difficult as well.
You I like
stuck
this
with
point.
Dune and Batman, and this is the same.
I think Ian's still thinking about that one.
Who else is
This one here, Larry Walker.
That's fair.
Everyone has an opinion. If I like a show, I don't care. Likes not facts. Yeah.
That's so true, though. That's so true.
Eddie, it's fun. it's absolutely not fun.
It is
Absolutely
not.
slow.
It's boring as hell.
Yeah.
It's not boring. It's so good. Like it's just like it's paced so well.
How many episodes did you get through?
3.
3.
Okay.
And 3 was
I
trying.
I
wanted to
think-
stop it too.
You
dude.
can't judge it until you watch the whole thing.
I think at 3 I was like, okay, I like this. I'm on board, but I'm not sure if this is just going to go down the toilet after this or what. Like, it wasn't established in my head after 3 episodes of going, this is going to be incredible. But there's a few more episodes come in and just a few monologues, performances and things that happen. You do get drawn into it. Like, I love Andor, but I'll snap it because The Mandalorian is more fun. I see what you're doing there. I'd snap the sequels. Not on the menu, but okay. Skarsgård is amazing. I wish it was, though, Moonstream. She said, fuck the Empire, but they did have her dub it over. I could have sworn I heard her. Maybe my mind fit. I'm pretty sure. Is there, like, a version you can watch it on Disney Plus, which is, like, not...
Maybe that's in American Disney Plus. They're a bit different, aren't they?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure I heard it.
Too
So I
sensitive
was
about
taken
that.
aback, like... You get to learn that snowboard boots in the Star Wars universe are magnetic.
Yeah.
Are they? Oh, yeah. Give Eddie a bottle of Merlot. Eddie's saying 2. A lot of thought about Bix. Yeah, I can concur. I don't really collect third party, but I don't really collect third-party figures, but I don't get on YouTube every week and say how shitty those figures are. I don't really collect third-party. Yeah. Okay, yeah, good for you. So Andor is slow burning fun, and Mando overall is a roller coaster. Andor is burning, or boring. See, bit of balance already, you know. Birth of Rebellion is in Clone Wars and Rebels. Is it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't the
100%.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
When the
Yeah,
Empire
okay,
started,
yeah.
the rebellion started.
Yeah,
They started at the
yeah.
same time.
Yeah. Okay. Andor is great. One of the few shows I felt that didn't treat the. Yeah, I do get that.
Yes, actually, that's a really good point
Yeah.
for Andor. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. Look, I'm. Oh, this is so tough.
I would
But
snap Andor.
You'd
There's
snap.
a shocker.
You'd snap Andor.
Yeah,
Jim.
just because you've got Rogue One. Like, this kind of leads into Eddie, I suppose what you were saying, but you do
Amazing.
have Rogue One for the culmination of that story, and Mandalorian's totally different. So for that reason, I would snap Andor, but it does hurt my soul to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Phil, you know what Eddie's snapping. He's going to snap Andor, obviously. But so Phil.
Yeah, again, because if we hadn't had Rogue One, I think I probably would have kept Andor, snapped the Mandalorian. Saying that, my 1/6 collecting started with Crow Mando, so and for the love of the show, I've watched season 1 and 2 probably 6-7 times each. Andor I've watched twice, I think. So snap Andor, keep them in. It's really tough this one, but yeah, snap Andor.
See, if you snap the Mandalorian, think about how much money you'd save.
100%. An absolute shelf. A
Yeah,
shelf of
yeah.
Mandalorians.
That's how we base money now. The shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to snap Mandalorian because fuck Eddie.
Wow. You know, a lot of I love Mandalorian season 1 and 2, but a lot of crap did come out of Mandalorian. So
True.
even though I'd snap Andor because I hate Andor, Mandalorian birthed season 3, and it didn't really do anything with Moff Gideon. It didn't do anything for Bo-Katan. It didn't do anything for Grogu. It didn't do anything for Boba Fett. Other than season 2, the Boba Fett show sucks. So there is a lot of crap that came out of Mandalorian too.
I'll be honest though,
That's fair.
the kind of no, I'll being honest, it's very difficult. But we got 2 seasons of Mandalorian, and the first. Well, okay, I literally believed that for a second.
Yeah,
I literally believed that for a second. Yeah, so that's where I'm at mentally. What a perfect conclusion that would have been at the end of the season, Luke. So look, Mandalorian is fantastic, and when I watch Star Wars, I don't want it to be completely dumb. I do want it to be fun, but at the same time, I don't want it to be dumb fun, and I want it to kind of be have a good characters, good action scenes, a good story of good and evil. It doesn't have to be as complex as Andor is. I can get that from other movies and other IPs. And because of how well those first 2 seasons were, I really do believe they had a great blend of action and fun. I'm going to explain it in the way that the 6 Scale Economist explained it back in the day. If you know the 6 Scale Economist, he was a 6 Scale YouTuber for a while and then disappeared. But he described Mandalorian as if you have a good salad, right? You need all the healthy stuff, all the leaves and the veg and stuff like that, and that's the main part of the salad. So that's your storyline, your characters, your dialogue, your beginning, middle, of the end, and then the salad dressing on top is the action and the pew pew and those sequences like that. And if your movie or TV program is all action, pew pew, and no kind of storyline, in the same way that your salad, if it's all salad dressing and no actual fiber, it's gonna be a pretty shit salad. But the other way, if it's all leaves and stuff and no dressing, it's also going to be an equally poor salad. And I thought it was a good way of explaining it. It was a right blend of storyline, good and evil, characters, plodding along, side quests here, but they always come back to the main storyline and a good blend of action. And yeah, I probably would snap Andor because I can get that fix somewhere else, but I still think Andor is incredible. I would love if you actually watch it and come back. And if you still say, no, I still don't like it, I'll be like, Grant, I'll never bring it up again. Unlike RoboCop. It's just wrong. All right, Eddie. Phil, you haven't actually chosen yet. What you want to talk about?
Should we go the ATRT, the clone?
Yeah. Where is it? I have nothing to say about this, so you can work away. It's Clone Wars. I'm not getting it. Looks alright, but yeah, not for me. I don't have anything to say. So you just chime in. Chat away.
Same really. Looks great. It's an impressive piece. It's massive with the looks of it. But yeah, won't be getting it. Not interested in it.
Lady?
Wow. You picked this one.
It's sort of.
I think it's cool. I think it's a standout piece.
I knew you were gonna gush.
Yeah, I like it a lot, dude. I'm a big Clone Wars fan, and I love clones. It's just hard to keep up with clones
That's
and
the
hot
trouble, it's
toys,
huge.
you know. And yeah, it'd be hard to display this, but I would love to have it. I think it's awesome, and yeah, even if you only had this one, like it'd just be a standout piece. So I love it. I don't have it on pre-order or anything. Maybe someday I'd pick it up, but I think it's awesome, dude.
Cool. Jim?
No, I kind of agree with you guys. It's a really nice piece. It's not something I'll get, but I do like that it's a vehicle piece, but you can fold it up and fit it into a D12, so you can kind of display it still. Whereas I feel like a lot of them, they don't normally fit in. But no, it's a nice piece and it's a good inclusion, especially if you're a Clone Wars collector. But it's not something that I'll part ways with my hard-earned cash for.
Yeah. Yeah. So no one interested in this one. All right. So I'm gonna go back and just go through a few things about the channel. So we're at 4,222 subscribers. If you are one of those people, greatly appreciate it. If you're not and you're watching now, appreciate if you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Absolutely free. So members, shout out to all the channel members, both the troopers and the commanders. As usual, there is the pinned comment. There's a link to join the channel memberships if you want. Troopers are Tiny Art Guy, Parks Industries, Figurecraft, Bleared Dad's Life, 1/6 Shooter, Figures and Fandom, previously Evil Squeaker, Yomo, Howard Potts, Ian H. and Silverfox, Jose, the Fact Checker, G. Hernandez, Brian Wong, The Ben Thomas Show, Eddie, Money Mendez, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Thrawn's Office, and Ryan Smith. And also then for the Focus Commanders cheer, or the channel members, the Commanders tier channel members, they have their YouTube handles displayed at all of the review, basically all the content, the live stream, the unboxing, the reviews, the pre-order previews, like so. Every single December, I take all of the revenue that we make in December, say revenues generated from channel memberships, which is the main source of revenue, and then usually super chats if we get any, and then the ad revenue. So add all that up, YouTube pays out December and January, and then I dedicate it to or donate it to Children's Health Ireland. They're a company of charity. That sounds so sinister. They are a charity that works with hospitals in Ireland, children's hospitals in Ireland, so like Crumlin, Tempest Street, and last year we made 250, so we're trying to hopefully break that, so in January then we can make that donation. So that's where all the revenue is going this year. New videos, finally. Actually did this review. I did it for Phil. This was for you, Phil. And then I tried to enable you with this one. Two fantastic figures. So if you're interested in any of those, have a look. And I have the Neo LED displayed in the Vader. I didn't even bother plugging in the Hot Toys one. Yeah.
Looked amazing as well. And it does look red.
Yeah, it does.
It does
Yeah.
look red.
And this is, continuing on my love of of puns. So yeah, just thoughts on this, but you probably got the live version here. So we're back here again. Eddie, what you want to talk about?
Let's do Comic-Con.
Yeah,
2024.
good. That was the one I was waiting for.
Yeah.
So, okay, do you want to just like really quickly? Does anyone have any interest in talking about this? I don't,
No.
but I want to give the option to. So
Kind
that's
of.
a unanimous. Go on.
I just like it looks like a great figure, and it's nice to see that Hot Toys still have their video game line. But when are they going to give us a video game line that's not Spider-Man or some Star Wars figure that we have not asked for?
The same company are doing Wolverine.
frustrating. Yeah,
The
exactly.
same company are doing, and that's going to be the next. So we've had Iron Man, and then we have now Spider-Man was the new Iron Man, and now I think we've seen a few Wolverines, and then that's going to be the new Iron Man when the game comes out. You're going to have the brown suit, you're going to have the blue suit, you're going to have the pink suit, you're going to have Wolverine the jacket. You're going to have them all.
I think this is a story suit, right? It's not just like a skin that you can choose. I think it's something to do with in the game. I haven't actually played the game yet, but I would just like to see.
This is anti-venom, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's what he uses at the end of the game to fight the guy you see there. But I would like to see Hot Toys go back, because they used to do quite a lot of stuff for their video game line. They had Solid Snake, for example, from Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil, a few other things. So I'd like to see them finally expand from some of the video game stuff they're doing. It's just I'm a bit bored of the Spider-Man stuff, to be fair.
They're on a Netflix buzz now, so maybe they'll
maybe
we'll see.
see.
Branch out.
We'll see.
Cool. Any other thoughts?
Does anybody else think that the texturing looks like wall spackle? Because that's all I see.
No.
Go back to the
Dunno.
picture with the heads, Shane, with all three of the portraits or the different eye swap outs.
Oh, the three heads in it, is it?
Yeah, yeah. It just.
Oh yeah,
I don't like it.
yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
I kind of
Okay.
see what you mean.
Yeah, I'm looking at my wall and I'm like, wow, it's uncanny.
Isn't it meant to be the same material as the
Yeah.
Black Venom suit? Yeah.
Maybe. Who do we got? I see. We got Evil Squeaker. Sorry. I'm actually joking, so I hope he didn't take offense.
CCTV.
Steve! Figures and fandom. So it's no longer Evil Sneaker. It is Figures and fandom. So thanks very much for tuning in. And he's actually a channel member as well, so I appreciate the support. And I am a member of his channel. I do believe I am. I'm going to double check myself. I'm going to fact check myself. No, I am. Definitely am. So if you are out there and you haven't subscribed to Figures and Fandom, just do it. Thanks very much, Steve. We must get you in here at some stage. Right, and I sent you the link. If you're free now, jump in. So where's that comment? Okay, right. So you wanted to talk about the Comic-Con. All right. Okay. So let's flick through some of these. Do you want to just tell me where? Let me just stop anywhere in particular.
The few things that I was super hyped about and then someone crushed my dreams real quick was the Alien and Predator stuff. I actually thought.
Agreed.
I thought it was new because I haven't seen a lot of those older figures. I haven't seen reviews and stuff, so I was like, are they teasing new stuff? And I was freaking out, and then someone told me that it was all old stuff on display.
Yeah.
There's nothing here new apart from the three, the Scorched, Samurai, and Rain.
The Jungle
all the
Hunter's
other
new
stuff.
too, I think.
He's
Is
kind
that
of
the is that the new Jungle Hunter, or is that?
I don't
the
think it
other
is
one?
yet. They're gonna 2.0 him, but from what I've seen from Dean, something on his bicep, he has this line through the bicep, which is the original, which he says isn't accurate, and I don't know, anything that Dean Knight says, I just bow down to.
I remember him
this
saying
looks the
that this is the same one.
He was not
a
happy.
2.0.
He was not happy, yeah.
But
But they've done that before.
The DX13
Before.
was on display, and then the DX46 is not the same.
That Ripley excites me. I'm annoyed there's no Andy. Come on, you've got Rain. I feel like her and Andy are like a package deal, right?
I actually
That's a
think
bit
I
mad.
liked Andy more.
Yeah,
I liked
100%
Andy a lot.
agree. Andy was the best thing about that
Yeah.
film, if I'm honest. The Rain does look really good though, but come on, give us Andy. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know what I like. What will Andy come with? Did he have a
doesn't
gun?
need to
Did he
come
use a
with
gun?
anything. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
He might have grabbed
I
it
don't
at some. I don't know. He can come with a little chip that he puts in his head.
Is it just a guy in a hoodie?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Could've
Like,
came
I
with
and I
Rain.
get you. Andy is
two
a
head
cool character.
sculpts. They're kind of like whimsical, like happy head sculpts, and then the more serious head sculpts he gets when he upgrades his chip. I don't know.
I love his jokes. I love his jokes. I'm not gonna lie. I love his jokes. I was all in for them. I actually like their relationship together as well. The way that she was caring for him when he's like he's an artificial person, but he's like programmed to be her brother, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
But sorry Eddie, I think I cut you and Jim off there.
No, you're good.
that's fine.
I'm excited. Hopefully it does mean that they're teasing stuff that they're working on, because I would get all of those teases up there. All of the old figures, I would get all of those if they redid those. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for that if it's gonna happen. And I think the only other thing that I saw that I was like, oh, awesome, is the Hono Thor. Like, hopefully that goes up soon, since it was.
When I
teased
saw
a
that,
long
I was
time
thinking
ago.
of you as well, because you were big into that
Yeah.
and you were waiting for that. I'm surprised.
It looks good, man. I like
Yeah.
the way it looks a lot. Like, so I'm hoping that comes out soon.
Like this here, I do think they're going to announce the Rain. They've already obviously announced this Samurai Predator 2.0, whatever you want to call it. I do think a Jungle Hunter is coming. It's the stuff on the back, like, I think on a long enough timeline, everything gets 2.0, 3.0s. I've said that repeatedly, and I think eventually they're gonna come. Like, but I just think the chances of like a Jungle Hunter coming, like, even in the next like few months, is a lot higher than say a Ripley 2.0 or a Big Chap. And like, I don't care if it's a Big Chap or an alien warrior or a queen or a Ripley artisan or sculpted from the first film or the second one. I don't care. They're all things that I've like, they're like internet breakers. They're like, I'll be on the hype that I was when they announced the Wolverine yellow and blue suit or Bane. And I just gotta hold out, because yeah, I could get this Scorched Xenomorph here, and then like bang, 6 months later they announce a Big Chap or an Alien Warrior, Ripley or whatever. You're like, all right, that's really not the one I want. And it's just at that stage with space and money where I'm like, and especially the trend of Hot Toys 2.0ing things, reissuing things, 3.0, artisan, that it's like, it makes sense to wait. And I know you could be waiting for nothing, but no, that's where I'm at with that. I'm probably just on the waiting game there with that.
I kind of feel like the back three we're not going to see for a long time, because they're definitely the old versions, whereas I think the front four might be the maybe not the Jungle Hunter, but yeah, that's the City Predator, right, at the back.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think so. Do you know what's messed up? I think, obviously, I think Alien and Aliens are much superior movies than Romulus.
Yeah.
But looking at this Xenomorph design, like the Scorched Alien with those has those legs like a dog, that extra joint. I think that's a far cooler looking Xenomorph than Big Chap, because Big Chap was a skinny guy in a suit, you know, like just it stands more straight up. So like, but I would still choose Big Chap because of the movie that it represents. I know that probably doesn't make too much sense, even though the character design is probably better than the other one.
I kind of like both. I've seen a lot of people say that the one from Romulus is based off, I think, a bit Resurrection, but also Isolation. Because in Isolation, he has those
the video game
kind of legs, yeah, which is a fantastic game. But for me, I'd have all of them. I'd have each. I'd have a Warrior, Big Chap, Isolation. Then I'd have one from Resurrection, And if they ever do a 1/6 Queen Alien, I don't know where on earth I'll put it, but it will go somewhere. That's for sure.
Jeez, that would be
It's gonna
insane.
happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
The NECA one is incredible. So
There was a
good.
lot of
Yeah.
resurrection in that movie too. Like a lot
There-
of
yeah, that's fair.
ties
There
to
was. I mean, the thing
Steve's
at the
working.
end
yeah.
Steve's working extremely hard, and in the meantime,
to join the stream.
one of the coolest sounds in Star Wars lore, let's be honest. We have got a $10 super chat from 12-inch Moose Stream, who's also a channel member for the last 19 months. Really appreciate that. For the kids, I appreciate that. But while I have the pulpit, I don't need a marshmallow fluff Spider-Man. We can agree. Future Foundation, yes. And how long before Mr. Knight's suit turns yellow? Good point. Gaslight Batman on the way from Kit. Is that like a third-party version, or is that like
Yeah,
is that
it
Gotham
is.
by Gaslight? Is
It is. It's like a third-party
version.
version. It looks really good.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Michael. 12-inch Mooch. I do appreciate that, and it is going to a good cause. And of course, in January, when I have the final tally up, I will I'll show the chat how much we earn, and then I'll also show them like the receipt. When you donate the money goes into the account. I go onto the Children's Health Ireland site. I put the money onto that like a credit card transaction, and then I'll screenshot the email I get as well. Like, you know, what I mean? Not that anyone's going to question it, but at the same time, it's just, yeah, it's good to show receipts. Yeah, so these look incredible though. Like, it's nice that they're even putting them up there, because it gets people talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, they know that with what did we have this year? We had one 10-pole event, which was the
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine, and like a lot of people predicted that they're going to go back to the older stuff, the 80s and 90s stuff, which they have. We've got a T1000, which looks incredible. We've got the DX46 T800 Battle Damage 2.0, which looks incredible. We've got a Batman Returns, which looks incredible. The Jungle Hunter looks like it's coming, so this could, and Scorched Xenomorph. So these things, they could be throwing these out things, and I'm sure they watch some streams, like not this stream, but more popular streams, whatever, and kind of get a feel of like what the vibe is, and pay attention to the comments on this particular photo on their Hot Toys Facebook group and stuff like that. And maybe they'd be like, okay, maybe it is worth doing a Jungle Hunter or a Ripley or whatever, because people have been talking about Ripley for the longest time. I think this looks cool though, I gotta say.
Does
More than
look
likely
good.
won't get it, but yeah, I think it looks cool. Pulse rifle, you can buy the pulse rifle on Sideshow. It's like $800.
Yeah.
That's the life, the replica, right? The
Yeah.
1-to-1 replica.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
The detail on this is insane.
So good. Really
Is there
excited
any-
for this one.
Anything that stood out to you that you're like, okay, I really want that, like whether it's been announced or not, like besides the purple bag, Eddie?
Not that I can think of. I've only looked at these once when I did this stream on
I've
Tuesday.
gone too far, clearly. Sorry.
But
Will Collecting Weekly be going through all of these with a fine-tooth comb
yeah,
to predict what they're gonna?
it's a big part of the show now.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All about the cause
I'm-
babies.
I think I'm
But,
Team Ben though. He's not always. He's on. I think he's on something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What
it was
we-
just the alien stuff and the. Well, obviously the Terminator 2, the clean version from Judgment Day. That one excites me
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know that I'm gonna get the battle damage one. So that one was
Really?
pretty cool to see. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I need both. I might
I
change my
gotcha.
mind later, but if I was gonna have one, it'd be the clean one. So
So it's not
That's
that
the
you don't
iconic.
like it. It's just you prefer the clean.
nah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the endoskeleton in the background there is from Genesis. I heard it's a movie. Fuck it. I haven't watched it. Won't. Then this one in the middle is the police shootout scene. That's a 1.0. I have that downstairs. This other one is the Tech Noir one from the original movie. Again, could probably benefit from an update if they do it. The Sarah Connor definitely could.
Yeah.
And this thing on the left, I think that's a T600 from Salvation, which
Yeah.
they're not quite as advanced, I don't believe. Yeah, so there's only 3 new figures on this slide, basically.
I think they could do it would. I thought they had teased an endoskeleton. I would like to see a T-800 endoskeleton and
Oh man,
also,
100%.
John
100%.
Connor. If they do
100%.
Sarah Connor, I would like to see a 2-pack. They haven't done one in a while.
100%.
I'd like to see them together.
Do this look again, but just like nail the body proportions, the head sculpt, the hair. You can make it artisan or whatever. Throw
Yeah.
John Connor in there in the Public Enemy t-shirt with the. Then you have like an olive kind of a shirt
Jacket.
over that or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool, man. Yeah. This is so. No. I'm not going to spend 700 quid or 690 on a third of a Batmobile, but like,
On a
I
phallic.
don't know. Yeah. It's just,
Mm.
Was there anything else you want to talk about from this? Do you want to take a look at the Hono stuff? You got the Scarecrow there.
Scarecrow was a hyped one.
Yeah.
The artisan stuff them showing. I didn't think the Joker, that one. I didn't think that one looked that good.
I think this could be the same situation as remember when we first saw the artisan Heath Ledger Joker with the rooted hair and it was just all over the place. It was like Monica from Friends, but then now when it came out, it was styled quite well. So
Happened to Anakin as well, no?
yeah,
When they showed that and it was just poofy.
yeah.
Hopefully it comes out good because I might end up canceling my INART one for that. So we'll see.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like-
the 4-pack.
Yeah, I don't really want to spend $1,700 anymore now that I hate the second movie. So.
Compartmentalize, man.
Yeah, man.
Just-
the first one's
It
so
doesn't
good.
exist. It doesn't exist. Like, do that. I have to do that with so many of my favorite things, like Terminator.
Wars.
There's only 2 movies. Stop. There's. It's like I feel like I'm on a leaking ship, and there's so many holes everywhere, and it can't just no. Yeah. All right. So, Phil, do you want to talk about anything? Do you want to home in on a particular slide, or is there anything you want to voice your opinion on, or anything you're interested in?
No, it is really. We discussed this on Friday night, didn't we? So
That's true. That's true.
I love
Okay.
that. I really do like the Hono line though. Really.
Mm.
Yeah.
They look great together as
Four.
well. They look great together.
It's disappointing that Doom hasn't fallen under it though.
Pardon?
It's a bit disappointing that the Doom hasn't fallen under. They're showing it there as Hono, but it isn't, is it?
No, I think him and Venom are both hot toys, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah. All right. Folks, I've got the questions for Face Off. Eddie, I think you have to do it. You haven't been in so long, man.
Yeah, Eddie.
I think it has to be Eddie. And I don't know what you're smiling at,
getting
Jim. I think it's
lucky.
Eddie and Jim.
No, I'm an easy one because I always lose. So I think if you want a real competition,
I think it could be
Eddie
Phil
and,
because
Phil,
Phil
yeah.
has been so kind calling out the questions for the last few weeks. And
Yes.
Phil, will you challenge Eddie?
I'll take Eddie on.
Do it for Andor, all right?
Do it for Andor.
Yeah. All right, we'll get our music going. So if you just contestants, Eddie and
Flip
Phil,
the
could you
chat.
switch over to private chat, please? And people in the
Hold my
chat,
phone.
don't type the answers, and we'll get the music going. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So if you're just joining us, we're about to do face off here, head to head. Eddie and Phil are going head to head on this, and they're going to get 3 questions each. The first question is, in what year did movie X get released? The second question would be, who directed movie Y? And the third question would be, who played character Z in whatever movie? Okay, Eddie, you're going first. What year did Saving Private Ryan release?
I have no idea, man. 91?
Are you Googling?
No.
No?
Was it
Okay.
91?
No, it was 98.
Oh, okay.
But I felt I'd ask you, are you
I was
Googling,
messing
just to
with
give
my-
you the impression you might have actually got it right. So, no, it was 1998. Question 1 for Phil. In what year did the movie Apocalypse Now release?
'89.
Pardon?
89.
1979. I didn't realize it was so old until I was
Not me.
setting up the questions. Back to you, Eddie. Who directed the movie Arrival?
I've never even seen that movie. Arrival?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Is it an alien movie? I'm guessing something like that.
I cannot confirm or deny.
I've actually, I feel like I've heard about this recently. Arrival, and it's a big big director too, huh? One that someone smarter than me would know immediately.
I don't think it's smarter. It's just who can retain the most useless information.
Ah, man. Is it James Cameron?
It is not. It was Denis Villeneuve.
would've never
Denis
got that.
Villeneuve. It was the guy who directed Dune 1 and 2 and
Oh, okay.
Prisoners and.
I think I was
Serpico or something?
listening
Not
to a
Serpico.
conversation on a
Sicario?
podcast
Yeah.
where it was about James Cameron and he was talking about Arrival or something. That's
Ah,
what it
right.
might have been.
I gotcha. He didn't direct Serpico. He directed Prisoners, Dune 1 and 2 and Arrival, and there was, is it Sicario or something? There's someone will type in the chat. Okay, Phil, chance to take the lead. This is a difficult question. Who directed Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? It's Phil scratching his head there while typing on his phone. Eddie was thinking it. I was just keeping the peace here.
Such a good film as well.
We're down to 30 people watching live. I think it pissed off a lot of people with the Disney Plus chat, lads. Yeah, don't care. Don't care, folks. Just an opinion.
Pass. I don't know.
Any idea? Do you want to throw a random movie? You could be right. Or a random
just got-
person. Sorry?
I just got Jojo Rabbit popping into my head all the time as if that's something related, but don't know. I don't
That's my.
Go on. Jim, you had it?
No, I can't answer.
Well, no, as in, like, I think,
Pass. I don't
have you
know.
conceded? Have you given up, Phil?
I've conceded.
I wouldn't have got this either. Michael Gondry, never even heard of him. We're into round 3 if you're just joining us. It's 0-0. We're into round 3, so just you get one, you could win it. So I've selected these next 2 questions just in case the first 2 questions were too hard. I think these are gettable. Eddie, who played Lily in Black Swan?
Fuck me.
She was also the Black Swan.
Oh,
Damn, Natalie Portman? Is that?
Mila Kunis.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh, I was going to say Natalie Portman.
Okay.
Yeah,
50-50.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's that. I thought, yeah, that was.
I haven't
okay.
seen that movie either, by the way.
What? No.
Now, this is a deep cut, but there's a theme here. Who played Honey Daniels in the movie Honey?
Damn, why couldn't I get this one? I'll answer it for extra credit.
Wait. There's going to be a tiebreaker if you can't get it.
Okay.
Who played the character Honey Daniels in the movie Honey?
Never heard of the character, never heard of the movie, so
I've seen
I'm
this.
going to say
I can see this.
Natalie Portman.
I know who it is. No.
It is not Natalie Portman. It was, in fact, Jessica Alba.
Yes.
Now, having seen this movie once, and on my rating scheme, I think it's an absolute masterpiece.
Oh,
So, if you're watching live now and you haven't seen Honey, starring Jessica Alba, this is a 5-star movie. Life-changing stuff here, folks.
I'm interested
So,
if this has seen this actually.
Pardon?
I'm interested to see if Vita's seen this. I'm not sure if she has.
Is my
Quality
sarcasm
film.
not coming across or what?
Quality
But
film.
no,
What are you talking about?
but I would
Rock
encourage
classic.
you. I would encourage you to watch it. I don't think you'll be disappointed, but okay. So, tiebreaker. The tiebreaker, as usual, is I'm going to give you an actor or actress, and you have to guess their age, just correct to the nearest year, and whoever has the nearest year will become our champion for this week. Eddie, Jessica Alba, what age is she?
I'm gonna guess she's 44.
Okay, and what's your guess, Phil?
46.
She is 43. Eddie, you are today's champion.
Lucky.
Yeah, good stuff. That was good, folks. That was good. If you get one, you win, pretty much.
Well,
All right,
Those are
good
hard
stuff.
ones, dude.
They were difficult. Yeah. I thought I put the last one in the end. What we learned is you need to watch Honey. Okay. What we've left to discuss, I think we might actually be done. Quick check.
Unless anybody wants to talk about Nebula.
I don't, but I'm willing to listen.
Same.
Anyone chomping at the bit? Anyone getting Nebula? No.
No.
Anyone want to have a quick look at Mr. Knight, seeing as he's there?
We can do
Round
that.
off the show? Okay, cool.
I thought it
That's
looked
what
pretty
we'll
good.
do. That's what we'll do.
I don't. The head sculpt is still just as amazing as the artisan, I think. I don't think there's any downgrade there. It's just a difference of if you want more realistic or not. So
Is it the same sculpt? I haven't looked into it into enough detail.
I
Because
was
the sculpted hair
asking
looks
myself
good.
the same questions in the videos I did earlier on, because I did 2 videos in one. And like the kind of promotional photos, I think they showed this from one angle. Like, see the way you can see he's looking to his right. So you see a little bit more of his left there, I suppose. But then the promotional photos from the other one, I think from certain angles he's looking to the other side. And I think there's better lighting on the artisan one, which making it look like a better head sculpt, ignoring the hair. But I can't say I think they're the same, but it's just they're shot differently. But I think the pictures of the artisan one looks better, and I'm not talking about the hair, but I do think they're the same. But yeah. What are your thoughts on this, guys?
The sculpted hair is insanely good. I mean, like, and again, like when I saw this, weirdly, I thought straight to INART. Like, so INART sculpted hair is definitely not on par with Hot Toys.
Completely agree with
at
you.
least, yeah, exactly. And this sculpted hair right here looks phenomenal. Like, it looks really good. That was the first thing that like really impressed me. So if you don't want the kind of, you know, the hair that you get on the artisan, the rooted hair, this is a really good option, especially if you've got the original Moon Knight and you want that head sculpt on this. I think that's a great option. So this is a real winner, I think, because then you can use this his Mr. Knight sculpt, the hooded one, and then put this on the Moon Knight if you wanted for
But will it
whatever
fit
reason.
though? Will it fit? as
Oh,
well,
that's true. It might have that new neck connector. I hate that
Yeah,
neck connector.
I
by the
wish
way.
they'd actually like include in the details, like if they actually released. I'm never going to do this, but released a little key of, okay, a little symbol for magnetic neck, like a lot of Spider-Mans have, or the DX19 has, and another little symbol for like the new neck connector, which has the pegs in it, like the red and blue Tom Holland one, the final swing has that. It's like pegs like that, and there's almost clips on.
Yeah.
Or
I
whatever.
just hate that new box thing they do. It's awful.
Or advertise it and kind of go, if you get this one, like if you buy this one, they could advertise then that this can fit onto the original version. Because the 2500 artisan one, they're going to sell out anyway. So they wouldn't really be shooting themselves in the foot. They'd probably sell more of these if people knew that they could take this head sculpt and display it on their...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just
Agreed.
advertise that. Do you know? But, yeah.
Yeah, if they release this head sculpt on
Wow.
the Moon Knight figure, then I'm getting it.
Yeah, it just looks so good.
Yeah. The suit looks pretty good too. I like the design on the suit.
I agree. I think this is a bit slept on, to be fair. I think this actually looks really nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. It's like, and it's like, yeah, it's a funny one. I hope that the people who like have the first version and still have an interest in the Artisan, they miss out on the Artisan one, and they pick this up because they're diehard Moon Knight fans. That Hot Toys do the right thing, and it's the same neck connector, and they can just take off the Moon Knight hooded sculpt and put this on. I that'd be, you know, if they wanted to. You know, but yeah.
If they wanted to.
I know Vita. Look, I sorry, I'm just going to give Vita a little lesson here now. Sorry. Maybe. Look, Vita, this is the scoring. If 1-star movie, if you make a movie, you'll probably earn a star just because you shot something. 2 would be okay, but it's not a great movie. You're not going to watch it again. 3 is solid. Romulus would be my example of 3, or Man of Steel. 4 stars then would be more like the latest, the Batman 22. I thought was 4 stars. It was an excellent movie, but not a masterpiece. 5-star would be Honey. In terms of everything, the dialogue, the caliber of the acting, the mind-blowing storyline. There's definitely a few twists in there, and I love a good twist. But yeah, I'm telling you, just telling you, great movie. No, I watched it today. Myself and Megan sat down and watched it. It's like you always notice new things. A good movie, it's like The Matrix. Like you just notice something new about it. Yeah. So, yeah. And on that note, yeah, that's my movie recommendation for the week.
Wow,
folks. Wow. So, Eddie, anything you want to promote or plug or anything?
Later today, I got the CW. So if you guys want to see me with the exact same opinions of everything, go check that out.
Nice.
There's
including
other guys
Andor.
on there too.
I heard there's an Andor slot there, you know. So
yeah, if you want to hear people talk good about Andor, then Marco will be on there. So I don't think we have Ben tonight though. So
yeah. I really wish you'd watch it.
I also, for new this week, I forgot to mention I picked up the Chromando finally with that
cool
Boba 2-pack for
nice.
free. So
That's nice.
I can't skip on that
Yeah.
one, dude. I've been holding off on those for forever. And
So
Yeah,
we do have
sideshow.
common ground. Yeah.
yeah,
Did you go like deluxe? The one that comes with everything in
deluxe
the
was
kitchen
sold
sink?
out,
Oh,
or
man.
it's waitlisted or something.
Yeah.
So I just got the regular, and I was like, I would like to have those deluxe accessories, but I don't need them. So I pulled the trigger anyway because it comes out to like 100 each, I think, for the 3 figures. So that's a good
But Ian,
deal.
Wow.
sorry Eddie, if you won't need the decimal points if it's Honey because it's a 5-star. Just saying. Sorry Eddie. So you got the Boba Roba 2-pack, yeah?
Yeah, I think
That
that
is
2-pack
incredible. I
is
think.
phenomenal.
And you got it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you beat me by about $400. Okay. No regrets, man.
thought?
So good.
Could've
So good.
guessed.
Phil, any you want to plug or?
No, quiet week now. Well, obviously leading up to Christmas, it's a busy time for everybody. Family are coming up from the south coast and what have you. So, other than that, no. Quiet week.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah, folks. If just a massive shout out to same thing I finish on in every week. Massive shout out to anyone who's ever taken time to watch any of the videos, like any videos, subscribe to the channel. Support the channel by becoming a channel member. It's again, the first 100 subs was an absolute grind and a slog, and I didn't think I'd get to 500 or 1,000 or anything like that. But it's nice that the channel is growing, and we do really appreciate the support. And it's anyone who's donated it this month as well. It's nice to just, I suppose, give a bit of give something back as well. So keep you posted on where we're at. The projections are showing us to come in around 180 euro for the month, so we're getting close to breaking last December's final tally of 250 euro. But yeah,
Just
Cool.
one thing, I want to wish my son Isaac all the best for Saturday. He's doing his blue belt kata in karate, so
is that like a grading?
Wow.
yeah, Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good luck to
stuff.
him. That's
So what
great.
belt is he
Cheers,
now?
Jim. Thank you. He's green at the moment.
Good stuff. Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, wish him the
Hopefully,
best of luck.
fingers
So,
crossed.
does he have to spar or do a pattern or something like that to achieve
Yeah,
that?
it's movements rather
Yeah.
than a spy. He's not actually fighting yet.
Yeah, he's to do like the movements in like a pattern.
Yeah.
Kind of good stuff. That's amazing. Like so, excellent. So, what's his name?
Isaac.
Isaac. Well, best of luck to Isaac, and
Thank you very much.
hopefully he can basically get that. It's a green belt he's going for, a blue belt.
He currently has his
Yeah.
green. Yeah, he's going for his blue on Saturday. So
It's nice. Then you'll have your own like a private security then when he gets that. So,
exactly.
yeah, good stuff.
He's gonna stand in front of those shelves and not move till he's in.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, folks. That's us done and
Yes.
dusted out of here.
Stanley's
So
asking,
thank you.
Are you
Go on.
back next Monday? It is next Monday. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Stanley's-
Yeah. Yeah. More than likely back. We're going. I think. I think I'll do Monday and I'll do Monday week as well. What day is Christmas? A Wednesday?
Wednesday, I think.
I think
Yeah,
so.
so
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
Christmas Eve it would be then. If I'll keep it going and if people if it suits people. I know it's kind of getting close to Christmas, whatever. But yeah, we will indeed. All right, folks. See you later,
Okay. Good night.
and thanks very much.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.